Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild landscape of Scotland. But today we've actually come to the edge of Dundee. We're pretty much in Dundee, you could say. And this is what's the Ballumbie Castle we're at, folks. Today we're joined once again by the channel DJ for this adventure, and he's brought me to Ballumbie Castle here to see the abandoned history of this place. And literally it's right kind of in the town, and I can see the first remains of the history here with this wall. Oh, there's a round tower here, folks, and it's totally covered in ivy, and it's super hard to even see. So we're just away to basically head in this path here and document the history that we can see. It's cool to tell the story of another abandoned Scottish castle, and we're thinking potentially after this was abandoned the family may have built and then lived in this other massive house here, but that's just a theory at this moment, I believe. Yeah, this is crazy. Check out the environment we're within, folks. Crazy jungle-like terrain here. It's just mad that there's crazy castles and stuff like this buried within these lands. Yeah, it's got an old like firing hole there. This is like some proper like defensive firing position. Yeah, it's like a massive den area down there. Oh aye, it's built on a prominent piece of land now. Attackers would always be coming up the hill to attack it, so they would be able to fire down with their arrows quite easily in a landscape like this. And that's why these classic Scottish castles were built on areas like this in the land. Check it out, folks, we've just noticed this unusual stone kind of plinth down here, and it looks like this area of the land has been built. What is even going on? There's something down here, look, spiral staircase at this other side. What have we just found, folks? It's a live find on the video. Check this out, it's all built with stone, and this area here looks like a spiral staircase. No way, folks, check this out. This is the kind of abandoned history that we just love to bring you on the channel. Oh, look at the size of that wasp above your head right there. Wow, I've got a torch here in my pocket. I need to get this torch switched on. What has this even been? Here we go, folks, I've got the torch. Oh look, it's got some hand crank handle on it. Wow, look at this contraption here. It's had this cast paste laden in through the wall, and then there's all these bits which I thought originally was reinforcements. What has that even been? Look, there's threaded bits. I thought that was to support the wall and strengthen it, but that wouldn't make sense as to why this has been here. See what I think? Look, there's been a big cast wheel.
I think this is after the castle.
This has been spokes, look, on a big cast wheel.
I think it's been something to do with this ribbon.
Could be. That's some ancient thing though with the cast.
Ah, but the roof is not ancient, not unless it had a different roof on it.
Yeah, it's had a different cement kind of roof put on.
Wow. So the staircase on
Mad, look though, it's had some old door and stuff.
Yeah.
There's been some sort of mad old hand cranking device there, like. It's definitely had a cement roof, but then look, it's proper stones here. Yeah. It could just be that it doesn't look as old. It's probably not as old as the original defensive castle, but it could have even been like a generator or something for that other big house. They were maybe taking, because there's a stream down here, they were maybe taking a pipe in from the river further upstream and directing it to whatever contraption may have been here. We just theorise the history often, folks. Look at these slaters. Wow. I'll put the torch off for this section of the adventure. But yeah, this stair looks like the stair's gone up here. Is there?
There's been something across there.
Oh aye. Yeah, there's more stones at the far side of the river here, folks. And it is interesting, the way the wall goes right along there, and then there's this little shed. Yeah, it's maybe not related to the old castle, but it's interesting nonetheless. And then look at the way this spiral stair is built as well. Yeah. That is crazy. What type of plant is this? Look at this thing growing here. Check it out, folks. What is this thing like?
Got berries on it.
Yeah, it looks weird. It's like a stem with berries. Get in the comments, folks, if you know what that is. I've never seen that before, and it's the only one growing here, even.
Yeah.
So weird. So strange what that is. It almost looks like tiny tomatoes on the top of there. Yeah, and look at the ancient... See the way that dry stone construction is here, though? It does look like it's originally been for the castle. So maybe it was like a folly, kind of where they would come down and maybe have a seat. But then it doesn't explain why there's a massive cast iron wheel on the wall with a crank handle on it. Yeah. See what I think? The original crank handle would have been on the cast wheel, and it would have had a bit of weight to it, and then at a later time they fitted that secondary handle. So it has been something that they've been needing to use. Obviously things get super smashed up when they're this close to a city, and this place is just kind of right on the outskirts of the city here.
There's the steps too.
Oh aye, the original steps lead on down here. Right, folks, real history, look. Buried and forgotten in a Scottish forest. And just think of the people maybe going down here to maintain the site, or people from the ancient days of Scottish history. Look at the way the ivy's growing up this tree as well. That's the sort of thing that gives character to these locations. I'm just keeping the camera rolling here, folks. If we get chased out of this place or whatever. Wow, yeah, check out that on the wall up there. The detail of the stone. It's like a cross carved into the original stones, which is super interesting to see. Wow, look at that. Must have been some original perimeter gate there into the site. Wow, this has been some big doors as well on here for some reason. Wow. Is this the way we're going? Check this out, folks. There's a bit here we can get through to view the history and see what's left. Look at this old opening, which must have originally taken you into the main courtyard. Wow, there's a frog here, fams. Where is it?
It's a yellow thing.
No way. There's a frog down here, folks. Live find on the video. Look, there's a bit of ancient pottery.
Yeah.
Check this out right here, folks. Absolutely insane scenes of history on the channel. Yeah, there's all these walls and stuff seem to have been constructed at like different times. Look at that, you still see the original marks on the carving of the stones right there. Wow. I just love to see buildings like this, folks, and document what history's left. Look, there's an old window frame still in here, but an even older detail. Look, it's had the metal bars on the window. Sometimes that was for the original defence of these places. Okay, these were proper secure castles originally. Wow, there's the old fireplace and stuff. Oh wait, check this out, folks. Look at the old fireplace. It's insane how these places could just get like so overgrown. I'm just seeing the way all these, it's like that's been changed. The brickwork and stuff looks different to how it would have originally been. And look, there's a massive opening up there like a door. So this must have been a high 2-storey building originally. Check this out here as well, the old fireplace, and it's absolutely massive. For some reason, it's got that cutout there. Look at that, folks. I don't know if it's a cutout or if it's broken out of the fire. Wow, I'm right in the middle of all these spider webs right here, folks. Just to document the history. It's crazy how nature takes back over in a place like this. A few years after humans disappeared, it's just like a jungle. Yeah, look how many, see how many different roofs has been on that over the years. 3 different roof lines up there. And this must have been the main entrance there would have been big gates there, and that would have been the only way into this castle courtyard. See the way that's built with the red stones as well? That looks
that's
different.
The end wall, eh?
See, maybe bits of it was built at different times, in different years, bits added onto it and changed and developed.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, it's hard to even see here, folks. Look at that, how overgrown it is. Yeah, look, it's like there's been a big beam mounted into the wall there as well, I think. And then there's even rooms like in there. Crazy scenes. There must be a door to get into that section, but it must be down in there. Oh, aye. See, there's a corner room there as well. It must be so. There must be access to there. Oh, can you get right through? Oh, aye. See how there's been an old, like, arched window or something up there as well? Yeah. Which is unusual. It must have been changed.
That's the turret bit. Oh, right, that's the turret right beside it. So.
Oh, aye. Look at this metal contraption on the wall. Wow, this is insane, folks. There's so much going on at a building like this. Little corners and details of history. It's so interesting. Look, there's been a door bricked up there at that side of the corridor as well. Oh, so there is. And look how it's been changed and built onto at different times as well. You can see the difference in the stonework. Oh, aye. Yeah, and even this window looks like it's been changed at a time with those red bricks there. Yeah, what's this been like, eh? That's like a mount for some sort of generator.
Well, that's going to be a generator maybe here or something.
Oh, aye. See, that could have. Oh, so there is. So there could have been a generator in this room.
That could have been what that thing was then.
So do you think in the war? What thing?
Where we were first.
Oh, aye, that's right. That hand pump may have been for something related to a generator. That does make sense. That's the cool thing exploring, folks. Often you can piece together parts of the puzzle to get a story of the history of a location. Yeah, it's kind of built on separate to the side of the main structure, and if there had been noises for generators or whatever, and that would be the reason that window had been bricked up, because it would have been looking into this building, whereas originally this would have been an external window.
Well, more external buildings, eh?
You can see the old hinges still there, the metal piece. Wow, even the erosion on these stones, it's just, that's what gives a place like this character. You just imagine how grand a place like this was when these stones were first put in, when it was constructed. And it's mad to see, look, that window's had like little stone pillars on it. Yeah. It's been quite a small window. And then another interesting thing, it doesn't look like it's had lath and plaster here. It looks like it's just had the plaster.
It looks like it's been above that.
That's why this is more of an industrial room though as well. It's just had the limestone render straight onto the brick. Yeah, so this must be the old generator room here.
So that must, I thought it was a window, that must be the door.
Yeah, but see, the generator room's most likely just this bottom floor. Yeah. That may have been any type of room above. Maybe a generator keeper kind of boy who was like a maintenance man. Yeah. And then this was, that'll be why it's got these big industrial doors in this room, which makes total sense. Look at this, folks. This is the cool detail here. With those stone crosses on the wall there. That's the kind of history. It's worth documenting and saving on the video. I can see where the outlet of that pipe has been. It's definitely been, if it was a generator room, it was a later addition. Oh, aye, there's a wooden piece on the wall. Oh, aye, it's got some sort of vent. Yeah. And see a detail with that wooden piece, that shows that was likely holding a roof here. So there would have been a roof at the back of this as well, potentially. Yeah, and then this has been kind of like maybe just the outer boundary wall.
Like storage area.
See, does that line up with the handle in the back wall, that wee shed? Potentially. Yeah, it's just a random little corner room. But look, it's had a low roof. Because the roof's been at that height. So it shows this maybe went downstairs. Yeah, the way they've done that, that'll be so... The stone below would have been sitting like that. And then this was probably exposed here above the door. That's how I think it looks like this may have gone down. But not far potentially, because that's the roof height.
Yeah.
So it could be linked up to that little shed at the other side.
Yeah, it could be.
See, maybe they were using water at an area here to power an item. They would bring it from higher up the river through a pipe. And that handle down there may have been what they turned to let the water through to the turbine.
Yeah.
And then often if they did have an electrical turbine like that, or a water turbine, they would have a backup diesel generator. And that makes sense as to what we just saw in that little room. That's so cool. Old wire and stuff tied. See, I'm thinking this place would have still been occupied probably like in the early 1800s. I believe that's what it looks like to me. Must have been in the 1800s they were doing all that to capture the power of the water. Not unless they had a generator shed located here when that other house was in its prime. Yeah. Maybe this place was already abandoned by then. Yeah, look at this, the wooden lintels just looks in great condition right there.
And that just rotted away.
Yeah, see, there must have been something that's been changed at a different time. At one time that was maybe the outside wall of the site. Yeah, they've definitely fixed it at a different time with those red stones. Yeah. There must have been a roof at one time even higher than those marks on the wall as well. Because it looks like there's been beams all the way in here. Oh, aye, look at this, it's rounded. It's an old round room. Oh, aye, check this out folks, look at the shooting. It's got a firing hole right there. That's like the classic, what you would see in a Scottish castle, the real defence of a building. And look, you can see the old wooden beams, some of them still in those holes. And then this wall's been put in at a different time, because you can see the difference, the way it's constructed. And that would have been at the same time. See, but the original door, oh no, that door must have gone somewhere else. Yeah. That must have been an outside door, and this maybe defended it. Wow, it's so interesting to see what's left in a place like this, folks. Check out that there as well. Like, I wonder what that's been, because that's a serious bit that's been cut off. The bit that is down there has been cut off with like what looks like a grinder.
There's nothing on the other side.
Maybe gas, they've just gassed it off right there. Oh look, this is interesting as anything. What do you think this has been? It's had that green tiles, eh? Check this out folks. Within this strange piece of the building, which is made with red stone, look, it's got these green tiles. Which could mean that this has been a kitchen.
Well, the whole bit,
yeah, the whole big building here, folks. Even on the windowsills, it's got these green tiles. And look, they've had a thick, like, bitumen coating behind that. And I'm not sure if that's what they did when it was a kitchen or whatever. Those red bricks are ancient, because look at them. They're all funny sizes. This is a real strange corner of the building right here. There we go folks, check this out.
He's just coming up and just ripping the
aye.
brick wall away and exposing the old.
So it is, yeah. So that must have been the old castle wall behind.
Yeah.
And then whenever they fitted this up and changed it to a kitchen, then you can see when they've used the red stone and the cement render, which is why I was thinking this place must have been lived in the 1800s. Yeah, look at this here folks, it's like a little defensive tower position with a lookout. And then down below it's got this crazy little room. I'll get the torch on once again.
would there be a hole there maybe beside it?
I don't know. Look at this, folks. Wow. Check out the stonework above my head here.
Yeah.
The way it's built. Wow, we'll have a little underground castle turret or buried castle on the channel, folks. Like, the character of areas like this, it's just mad in Scotland. There's so much like castles and abandoned places, and each week it just blows my mind to keep finding things. Just think, the person that put this stone in here like all those years ago, they were right here constructing this, and the world around the castle was just so different back then. It's just an absolute madness.
Well been the toilet.
Let's have a proper look. I'll come up. Yeah, but also that could be a defensive hole. For pouring, they used to pour out their hot items down onto folk, but also maybe firing arrows down. They used to literally boil their feces, folks. See, that is most likely to be. This is a defensive position here. Look at the ancient stone, folks. It's just crazy because it's unlike any of the World War II buildings we see with the defences, because this is for arrows, and that's how it's so crazy. Literally, they were shooting arrows out here, folks, with like potentially longbows, crossbows, bow and arrows. And look, it's almost like there's been a wooden piece along here. Here, mind when we were in that castle, Finhaven Castle, there was remains of an old like wooden shutter on one of these. So these did have little wooden shutters to block them. And then look at the difference. The shape of this is different. So that maybe meant they could have like a longbow here in the middle with more room to fire it. And then out the side they were maybe shooting crossbows or whatever. This opening also has this strange cutout, like there's been a beam here. But yeah, right enough, it's never been a spiral stair or anything like that. Access into here must have been from
The second floor.
yeah, above whatever room that was, and then it was changed into a kitchen, but that was at a later time when probably war wasn't such a threat.
If you look at the floor line here,
Yeah,
that's quite a small opening to that turret bit for quite how deep it is.
it is mad just to think this is a real defensive position.
And the floor line would have had to be my height.
And then right below us as well was that secondary position. You reckon there's one above as well?
Yeah. Just
Wow.
basing on that,
The adventures we end up in the middle of, folks, it's just so cool and so interesting. Even the way that these lintel stones are curved and shaped.
Yeah, well, it's almost like they've bricked it up and blocked it up. You see?
Yeah.
Oh, that's still blocked at that second.
At a different time they blocked up places and changed it because it was no longer needed. Yeah, like this other turret. It's like almost like the ivy's fully exposed that corner once again. Because it's like... Is it? Oh no way, so it is, folks. Literally on the side of here there's a ducat.
But it's been bricked up over time,
So it has. No way, folks. Places like this just blow my mind. And look how these are older bricks. Because see how they're the right size and stuff? Every one of them's just a random brick.
Red brick over it.
Yeah, that's more like what was put in at the more recent time over the face.
Make it look pretty.
And then at the top it's had that, it looks like it's been a flat roof away up there with a small bit you could walk about on. See up there, that must be a part of a more older roof. But look, it's a stair. Not unless there was a defensive bit right around.
That's what I mean, that must be the... Well, that's because of
Yeah, above, in through that hole up there, folks, there's literally a ducat. Which I probably could get to if I free climbed up there, like. Here, look at the floor in here, man.
Yeah.
Look at this, folks. What? That is so mad. And look, it's had a bit down the middle. Look at this. No, the floor's been yellow at this side. Look at that, folks.
So that might make sense for being a kitchen.
Yeah, so that could have been the kitchen floor in this place when this room was getting used for that.
But I don't know, it might have been high in an inside turret, but there's been an outside one.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
There's definitely another room.
A defensive position. See, I think there's so much gone off the top of this. That probably was a stair up to another level, which would have been at that height. They would have gone down into that defensive position. But it shows that there was so much defensive positions aiming at the four corners. That's mad to see that floor, because it doesn't even look that old.
I think that's been like the old.
Oh, aye.
The old half.
Could have been, eh? There's definitely been an old opening in here. Look at that, there's still wood inside that stone.
There's definitely been something.
Yeah, like a chimney going for here up. And that would have been the fire kind of down in there.
Yeah. So that floor must go all the way to it.
Yeah, it's interesting though, it's like that, eh? It's just so crazy to me to see that.
I know.
It looks like the day it was put in almost if you cleaned it up. I'll get the torch on for this little corner room as well, folks. We're walking back underground again on this adventure. Just check out these tiles. Yeah, each corner, they're not symmetrical or they're not the same. They were each built differently and separately. See this? This is a strange building, right? Because it looks like it's been deeper. Could have been a little ice house, but see, it's had 2 stories. There's been some big beams in there. So there's definitely been a floor up. See where the recess is in the wall? But look.
Like a fireplace or something.
Oh, that's a window. There's been an opening. There's been a big opening or a window there. I should aim the camera better, folks. There.
One there.
So there has, yeah.
I think ovens maybe.
Wow.
If you look up, I think it can be an oven.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, it could even though just be a storeroom or whatever, like a cool store. It's amazing the way that the slopes is built. Deodorant can in there randomly. See the old cement there with the lime? It's like that's been a different time.
See, the second floor's been put in later, I think, though, because it
Aye.
doesn't line up. It goes
Right enough, it goes over the arch.
Yeah.
But see, sometimes even though the stone arch looks like that nowadays, the door originally wouldn't have been that shape.
Yeah.
So that could still make sense for the floor to be there originally. Because that would have all just been a cavity there.
I wonder how deep this goes.
I know, it must go deep, eh? Because there's the roof height, and normally in a castle you're nowhere near the roof.
No.
See what's interesting, that square stone there,
Yeah. Yeah, so
it's just out of place compared to all the other ones. But yeah, there's definitely been an arch opening there too.
Yeah, oh aye.
We're seeing the layers of history. It's like a skeleton or scar. Oh, bearing in mind, there's a ducat here above us.
Aye.
Yeah, we're directly below a ducat, folks.
Ducat from here, though.
There's not.
So that can't be access point.
Not unless though there was a storage for stuff to feed the birds.
Oh, could it be an eye?
Or stuff like that. Maintenance of the ducat. It's crazy, the theories, folks, that we throw out on these adventures. We're often just theorising the history as we explore. And it's strange the way these windows are even shaped. Probably if you look at the other side, these would have been original bigger windows. You could potentially just go onto there and go along the top.
Yeah.
But, it's not safe.
Nah.
There's a cool detail, folks. I just noticed there's been a proper door there and you can see the shape of the original stone. So that shows that top wall isn't as old as this wall below it. Because see, that's just built over the original door. So that shows how there's tons of layers of history to like uncover when you're looking at a place like this. To imagine how it originally was and how it's changed. And literally there's a room in there at the other side. Here, I'll come up for a look. No way. We're wanting to see, oh, the floor levels there, I can see it.
Yeah, you see, look, there's like a stone.
Oh, so there is up at the top. Here, go along to there and see how it looks. I don't think we would get along the top.
No.
You'd be relying on holding on to the weeds.
Yeah.
Right enough. No, unless though you could get on top of that, could you there, no? Yeah, there's an old window kind of looking bit, but it could be an old fire. But aye, there's an old window next to that kind of chimney thing.
Yeah.
That was where we saw the steps going up the side. Yeah. I think there's a whole story of this house just like knocked off the top. See, another thing, they maybe used stones and stuff from this building for the new build across the way. Back in the olden days. This has been another side room here, folks. There's been just so many rooms. Yeah, see, there's been a door bricked up there as well. Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, some bits of it you just can't get to because it's so like overgrown or extreme. Or super fragile and dangerous. No way, what's that down there? Look, a wee rugby ball. Somebody must have been playing rugby in here randomly. This is where the first game of rugby was played. That's evidence of it. A place like this, folks, is just blowing my mind. The different layers of history. See, I noticed one of the stones, look, it's got holes in it. So it's like it's been reused from maybe another bit of the castle. Is there any more, like,
Look at that stone.
see if we try and get along there. I think there's another wee room there that we've not been in yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there is a way of getting into it. Look at that, big bit of burnt wood. That's typical of how close this place is at Dundee. Ken, folk will come and hang out here and light fires or whatever, eh? You can just imagine. That's how everything's so smashed up. Yeah. Look at that, I've got a slater on me. Look at this, folks, this is the original exit. You can imagine the gatekeeper here, he would come and open the gates to let you out of the site. Look at this massive lintel. Here, I think we should try and go around this side. Yeah, look, there's been other big industrial doors here as well. So whatever's been in this room, do you think they would have a carriage? Yeah, do you think this was where they stored the carriage? They must have had horse and carts and stuff originally. Wow, look at this as well. I wonder if this was for tying the door to. There would have been something on there to stop it blowing around in the wind. Oh look, this has been another room. This is the room I was saying we couldn't get to. Wow, everything's so overgrown here, folks. Yeah, there's no much details of the history. There is a wooden beam in there, and there is remains of what must have been either a fireplace or a blocked up door. Oh look, this side's had the same detail carved in it where the cross is. Look at this, folks, look at the detail there. Documenting history, almost gone and forgotten, and you can see it the way it's chipped off and degraded. That's why these videos keep the history alive. Look, there's been a Rhone pipe or something. But look how many nails has been here, trapped into the wall. We'll just push on around here just to see if there's any sign of this dovecote. Yeah. I was just going to see if there was any more history, but it's fairly overgrown. Yeah, I'll just peek to this point and then we'll cross over. Yeah, look how overgrown it is right there, folks. I was just looking to see if there was any details along here on the wall before I go back. Yeah, it's proper mad right there. That's obviously the other side to the bit we were in, with the dovecote above our heads. Yeah, I'll head back along. It's just mad often pushing through a bit of wilderness like that, just to see the history and what's on display from an ancient time. It's just crazy. There was so many castles as well. In the Angus area, there was over 100 castles originally. And it's cool on this channel just to document them and see what's left. All of them are in different conditions. Some of them are still lived in perfect condition. Other ones are like this. It's just a sorry state of what it originally was. Look at the old door frame with the green paint on it. Yeah, we're just pushing through this ancient wonder, folks. Just looking for little areas or corners that we've not seen yet. Cool little pieces of abandoned history that tell a story of the history. Yeah. Look at this, folks. This is a wee detail I've just noticed the second time coming past. Look at this. There's been pipes literally coming out of the wall there.
Maybe it could be for heating or something.
Maybe. Big thick pipes. Which is interesting. Whoa. So many little branches and twigs at this time of year. Yeah, so it's been within this wall. Oh, aye. Right enough. This was the room, folks, that I was saying had the generator in it. So not unless it was some mad like heating system even. Yeah, it must have been in this wee room here, the pipes. Yeah. That was the first room. Oh, there they are, look. So they maybe had a heating tank. This was the first room I climbed into. Because look, I was noticing. Oh, aye.
Look at the floor.
Yeah.
Sunk in, like.
The floor's been sitting up on top of that.
I think sun's been coming in there.
No. See, it's been changed from hen bars to hen a frame. Yeah. Look, Robinson's patent. See, sometimes floors is built like that, though, up on the up on those kind of like bricks. Yeah. But they might have had some sort of heating for sure with those pipes. Oh, I see an interesting thing. Look, there's bits of lintel stones and stuff in that wall. So that wall's definitely not as old as these other walls, for sure. That's the crazy thing with this castle. There's tons of wee things like built in at different times. It kind of throws you off the actual history you're seeing.
Most castles, like, they always change over time. Look at Cockety Castle.
Yeah.
That used to be massive and shit.
And sometimes bits of castles burnt down back in the day as well. Yeah. See this, look how this wall here is so different to like this one here. That is just so crazy, folks. Different things like that. Different bits of history. And once again on the channel, we've brought a mad adventure. Yeah, where does this path go if you head on the way down there? Oh, aye. Look at that, folks. The erosion on the stones around the window up there.
See, I don't know, but that's just in the roof up there.
Oh, aye, right at the top. It's been battlements.
Yeah.
Maybe we like a flat roof where you could walk about. Crazy scenes, folks. So many layers of history, and even that first little shed that we looked in with the windy handle on the wall. It's just amazing to think what that may have been for like some old generator.
It looks like there's been like a pathway there. So.
Yeah. Maybe an old walk or whatever leading the way through the forest for the laird and lady of the castle. A lot of the time these places were taken from the original Scottish owners by the English, and then they were given to rich noblemen. They were given a parcel of land and a grand castle. And that's when often places like this would change. Look how the ivy's like over the top. This must have fallen off like a tree and landed here. Proper mad, folks. Like there's way in there as well. Oh aye, that's an ancient tree right there. It's a horse chestnut tree. Yeah, the character of these places be like the forest environment and the way the stones get covered over. That's that defensive round tower at this corner where we were standing up. That was my favourite room, the wee defensive room in the tower with the different lookouts.
There could be anything up and down there.
There could even be like a wee ice house or whatever outside. Because often they used the water from the burn in the winter to freeze in the little ice house, so they were often near a burn. But I can see the water in that burn down there now is proper sewagey. It's got a cloudy white look to it. It doesn't look fresh. And that's because of its close proximity to the city out here. Yeah, there's the wee opening that we were looking at. That's so cool. And see the wee room above, it doesn't have an opening in line with that. No, unless it's gone. Maybe half the roof's gone. It's just crazy how literally overgrown that can get. Year after year of like no maintenance. Places like that just degrade and decay so quick. The ivy pushes off all like the harlan, and the ivy often goes between the stones and breaks them apart. And it's cool to even realise like they had a dovecote within the castle site there. It's just so interesting, folks. Yeah, this is that corner there with the dovecote. Just shows how if they didn't cut this grass here, this is how tall the weeds and stuff would actually be. They're well above my head height. And I don't think there is any openings in at that corner anyway, because we were at the inside of that section. Yeah, it's crazy to see how much trees and foliage have grown like on the walls.
Like if all that was in there.
Ah, it would look incredible, yeah. Because there must have been some round like tower roof there for the dovecote. It's just an absolute madness, folks, out here. So there you go, folks, there's the front view of Ballumbie Castle, and there's actually a post box there, which is quite funny to see. The castle, yeah, the castle must still actually get post for the Royal Mail. That'll be where the boy brings it. It's been cool just to see all the wee details though, with like that crosses and stuff carved into the stone, and then the way that that's all been changed and developed with the green tiles, the kitchen area, and even that defensive tower with the firing positions looking out over what would have been a crazy landscape back at that time when the castle was in its prime. And shout out Channel DJ for finding this place and telling me about it. And yeah, we've come here to document another incredible abandoned wonder in Scotland, folks. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with the next scene, wherever we end up going.